So listen up, my wolves, my lions, my dragons, my chosen ones. I have a message from my spirit team that I've been picking up on since the retrograde started. However, it was something that I didn't want to deal with. It was something that I didn't really want to do a message of. But it keeps popping up in my awareness. Therefore, I'm going to make a message in order to move on to the next. So basically, this message goes for those chosen ones that had a very, very particular mission. It feels like you guys were chosen due to your unique strength, due to your unique wisdom, your heart, your intentions, who you are as your own character. And they were chosen for the exact same thing. I feel that somebody here was sent down. You could call it hell, you could call it the darkness, you can call it whatever this negative space was. You went in there to help somebody get out, to save somebody from the darkness, from a dark room where they sat, covered in this black mass. It's like they allowed you to walk into that room, save them, whether it was a business, a relationship, a friend, even just an acquaintance or a stranger that you met. You helped them make sense of where they were. You basically woke them up to their own reality. That was your mission. The thing is, this message goes for those of you who, after you helped that soul leave this dark room, you were still lingering back there. You were still staying. And it feels like you decided to sit down and chill for a bit in this darkness. But for a good reason. Knowingly or unknowingly, you alchemized all of that negative cloud that was inside that room. A darkness that filled that room for centuries and decades and many lifetimes. This person could have not gotten out of that darkness if it wasn't for you. For many lifetimes, they were stuck in there. The difference is that they've gotten out before, but they returned voluntarily, 421, back into that dark room. That's why you decided to stay behind this lifetime before dissolving a soul contract, anything like that. You alchemized that negativity. That dark cloud no longer is in that room. So when they repeat the cycle of going back, there is no more negativity for them to go back to. So if they choose to sit there and do nothing, they will remain awake. They're to be woke for many lifetimes. Whether or not they sit there, that's on them. You did your job, and now you have a new mission. And this time, it's not to help people out. This time, it's somebody with a higher frequency than yours to help you out. And this is the part that made me uncomfortable because I've only met a few people with a higher frequency than me, and it does feel intimidating. But this doesn't feel like an intimidating type of higher frequency where they're looking down on you or seeing right through you and everything and you feel super exposed. Like, it doesn't feel like that. It feels more like a caring energy that helps you alchemize all of that. I feel like they themselves went through a lot of deaths of their own consciousness, their own feelings, their own soul, their own self discovery, their own inner knowing. I feel like this person is gonna speak up. It's because it's kind of, this is the part where all of these messages feel like very not contradicting but like confusing, because there's one energy that is not supposed to be there, there's another energy that is supposed to be there, and there's a new energy that's going to move forward with you for this lifetime and the next lifetime and many lifetimes to come, with this new soul contract. But on this other side, these two separate ones, it's like you're getting communication from many areas. So try not to get confused and segregate each one where they belong. Because two of these energies that do reach out, one of them was not supposed to, and the other one was supposed to. I've said this before. I picked that up when I was giving the karma, the new wave of karma, walking karma message. And this also feels like somebody is so confused when it comes to their intuition that they don't even know what is going on. Like they are like so far off of their spirituality that they are acting out of ego, impulse, and they're ignoring the signs to stop. They're ignoring their intuition, they're ignoring your spirit team, they're ignoring a lot of things. And it's like they want to cause a betrayal, like they want to cause harm. That's why they were not supposed to reach out. So use your intuition to pinpoint who is who. And like I said, act accordingly. Stay balanced. Don't let them get you out of character, because a lot of times we get really excited and we get out of character, or we get very mad and we get out of character. Too much of any emotion will get you out of character because you're out of balance. That's something that I had to learn. And it was hard to control, especially with my ADHD. Like, I impulsively just get random spikes of like either anger or like joy or like excitement for no reason, and like weird things like that throw me off, and then I have to catch it and then correct it. But like then I feel like I bottle all these things up, and then I start showing other symptoms with other things, but it's not impossible. 1001, it's not impossible, it's just harder. You know what I mean? But I'm doing good, and I hope that you guys are too, because I know that a lot of you guys also carry some mental issues. That's why you guys have certain gifts, and we think and see the world differently, and how we learn how to read the energy and the signs and the earth and the animals, the birds, literally every frequency. I just can't read words the same way, but I try, and that's something that I want to prove, that all the things that people say that we can't do, people with mental health issues can't do, I want to prove that we can, because our mind is more powerful than anything, and if we can control our mind, we can control literally anything. So let's stay woke. Let's get it. And I feel that I was gonna stop there, but now I'm getting like, again, a sense of anxiety, because we know that it's supposed to happen, where the person, we run into them eventually, whether it's now or in the future, divine timing, whatever it is. Like, it's gonna be when you are in a whole different reality from what you were used to when you had this person, place, thing in your life in that time period. um I don't I don't like this. This is why I didn't want to do this message, because I don't like this. I don't like tapping into this energy frequency, because it makes me anxious. It makes me anxious to think of those type of energies coming back, because I know that there's still some healing that must be done with some traumas. And this has to do with emotional manipulation, because I've always admitted to knowing how to mentally manipulate people, because I was raised around people who constantly mentally manipulated and tried to teach me, and obviously I did it to save my ass a few times, but other than that, like, I wouldn't. And I've never met anybody who was emotional or emotionally manipulative, because I thought people actually felt just differently. You know what I mean? So this feels like that. Like, we know that this energy is also mirroring something about us, and that this has to come to like an end. What the hell? The door is just open. Okay, so my house is haunted. um, Ever since I was a kid, stuff like that always happens, and my YouTube used to be of me trying to do ghost hunting videos, but I removed them because of the other person that was in it. So I took all those videos down. And I don't know, certain times of the year, like, things spike up, and usually around this time of the year it does, and especially now, because I've been feeling like my dad a lot, you know. So this is a commercial break. Like, I've been feeling my dad a lot, in my energy, and in the house too. Like, I've heard him. I've also seen a lot of people that resemble him in one way or another, and carry his energy, and I see a lot of him everywhere. And then obviously I still talk to him from time to time when he comes and visits. It's still very emotional when he does. Same with my mom and my daughter. Like, it still gets very emotional. And even, I guess it's the fact because human me wants to be able to hug them and touch them. But spiritual me, after I calm down, like, understands. You know what I mean? Like I understand. It's just what it is. um I don't know if you could see that, but the lights kind of flickered. I have both lights on, but this one kind of flickered a little bit. Um Anyways, back to the message. And I stopped it at 555, dude. So basically what I was saying is that somehow you guys were mirroring each other and had to learn lessons from each other. The thing is that it feels like now the coin flipped. Now it's the other person learning these lessons. Like, you learned your lesson first. I feel that a lot of us who are walking karma always pay our karma super fast, like within minutes, seconds. Like, we instantly see someone else's perspective. We instantly see, that's why. You know what I mean? But this person didn't. For a long period, um, it was chill. They were growing. They had it. They were enjoying, but it wasn't as they were expecting. And now you are thriving. You're doing good. You're in a whole new timeline. And now they're learning. They're having to sit in that room that you got them out of. And that's where all the emotional manipulation feels that it comes to play, where they feel like they know how to manipulate your emotions to get you to help, because you're either an empath, you're either super kind, but they heard you were balanced, but they always got your kindness because of the position they were at. Like, they had a seat next to you. But like, what I'm hearing is like, baby, that seat's already taken. Like, that seat's already reserved. Like, that seat is, like, el, el que se para de su silla, or el que se para pierde su silla, some shit like that. But now they're learning what you had to feel, go through, even when you didn't get closure, even when you didn't receive help, even when you had a lot less. They're they're not learning as they should. Like, that there's a lot of things that are missing there. Like, it doesn't, they're choosing to repeat these cycles, whereas to you, you're no longer entertaining repeating any cycles. You're no longer there. Like, you did your alchemy, you did what you had to do, and you walked out of there exactly when you said you would. And I feel and I see like the four wands like that. I don't like using the term twin flame energy anymore, due to me thinking that my karmic was my twin flame. But I really feel like there is somebody who is gonna bring that stability that you are seeking, even when other people do not see eye to eye with what you need. It doesn't fucking matter, because you know exactly what you need, what you deserve. And other people might not like it, but that's because that's their own perspective of what's right for them. Fuck them. Nobody gives a shit. Like, we are here to evolve. We are here to receive what's rightfully ours. And we are no longer in that timeline where we accept anything less. We do not accept projects. We are not rescuing any strays. Like they come right or they 000 or they don't come at all. Because all sides of us are important. They're important to the balance of life. They're important to the character that we are in this matrix. They are important to our well being and our happiness. Other people who do not see eye to eye with our character can go fuck off. Like, por favor. Do not stay in a room longer than you should. Once you alchemize, you leave, you evolve, you grow, you keep moving forward. As walking karma, as the chosen ones, as this new energy that you are, like, it really feels not just empress and emperor type of vibe and gods and goddesses, but like, is there anything higher than a goddess and god? Like, dude, that's what it feels like. It feels like not only is that energy trying to slow you down in your progress, trying to come back to see if they can see what you're doing to help them, because that's just their cycle. They need it. They need people's energy because they don't even know what the hell they're doing with themselves. And there's other people that are gonna try to slow you down, humble you, put you in your place, trying to make fun of you, but like you're not there because you don't care no more. Like you're walking karma, so let them, because you're gonna watch everything, even when they're talking behind your back. There's just gonna be a lot of changes and shifts. Like a lot of good people are gravitating to you, a lot of bad people are trying to pretend to be good people to gravitate to you, to feed, to understand, to reap, to be around all the attention that you're also getting. Because if you can't compete them, if you can't beat them, join them. It's kind of what I'm feeling like. People that know they can't compete with you are going to try to be in your energy. People that think they can compete with you are going to try to be your rivals. Very selected few, but these are the selected few that have that karma, that really need that little spike. And people who are coming in your energy that know they can compete with you, they have a special type of karma that they need served, that they need to see. But there's also some teachings that you need to give them. So always act accordingly. Always be yourself. And it feels like all the people who are gravitating to you because they cannot compete are learning something and being woken up in the process. So be patient with these people. They are not your enemies, they are your students. Like, these are demons you are waking up. These are demons that one day will be healed, but you are starting that ripple. So always hold your ground, keep those boundaries up. Keep your boundaries. Stay guarded with these people, but teach them. Take that chance to speak truth. Even if you have to call them out on how they're feeling, even if you have to call them out and tell them exactly what you see in them. Um, if you have to be short with them but still kind, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying, oh, be friends with them, but like, be kind, but speak your truth, do your job, and be out. A lot of them need guidance. A lot of them have that emptiness. A lot of them don't understand why they're also gravitating towards you, your energy. You are magnetic. So now that you have alchemized, now that you have shifted, now that you have self-discovered, now that you fell in love with yourself, now that you are just a whole new being, like, what they're telling me is like there's gonna be, like, you do need a rest. You do need a rest because there's going to be a time period where there's going to be a lot going on, because they need to send you things to get them started in their own healing journey, in their own life cycles, in their own karmic cycles, in their own paying karma, in their own blessings, because not everybody who comes at you is for a negative reason. You as being walking karma, you being that chosen one, you also bring good to people. You also start those good ripples, all those good blessings. You end up giving them a chance to succeed. You end up giving them a chance to do better or save themselves. You know what I mean? Basically. Um, so I hope that this message helps. I'm going to stop it there because it's already really long. Um, so yeah, stay woke, y'all. Stay hungry and stay blessed. I realized that in a few videos I said subconsciously stay humbled. And then I realized why. But all right, y'all. Love you. Bye.